Beauty of late bone set. The plant before me is a composite and botanically identified in the genus Eupatorium, and species most probably it is Serotinum. Another similar looking species is Altesimum. So how to distinguish the two, whether this is Eupatorium Altesimum or Eupatorium Serotinum? So one characteristic feature is the stalk. Leaf has distinct stalk, as you see here in case of Serotinum, whereas leaves are sessile and they are tri-nerved in case of Eupatorium Altesimum. So what I notice here, the leaves are elliptic but they are distinctly stalked. So it is Eupatorium Serotinum, late bone set. And there are bumblebees, there are honeybees, and as well as some blue-winged wasp, which you see here. This is a Hymenopteran insect with brilliant, shining purple wings, and even abdomen is brown with black location, but also some kind of yellow spots. Yellow spots are visible on the abdomen, and wings are quite shining and blue. And in the process, these Hymenopteran insects are also pollinating the bone set, that is Eupatorium Serotinum, and this is the season of late summer, and not only Hymenopteran wasps but also bumblebees. Bombus is also very near to, yes, this one. This is bombus. So bombus as well as the wasps. And here you will see third one. This is the honeybee. So three kinds of insects I am seeing on this bone set: wasps, bumblebees, honeybees, and no butterfly, but occasionally butterfly may also come to feed on this white flowering composite named in botany as Eupatorium. And why it is named as bone set? Because its allied species, another species, Eupatorium Altesimum, is a reputed traditional medicinal plant, including this one, because both are very similar. And these plants, Eupatorium or bone sets, they were used by the Native Americans to get relief from the dengue fever and the body aches, including the pain in the bones. So it got its common name as bone set. And another name for Eupatorium Altesimum is sweating plant. But since this is not Eupatorium Altesimum, and most probably because leaves are distinctly stalked and they are not broad, it is not Altesimum. In case of Altesimum, leaves are broader, they are typically tri-nerved, and moreover they have the broader leaves and no stalk, no petiole in the leaves. So that is Altesimum. This is Eupatorium serotinum. So another kind of dipteran fly is also there. And very near to this I also find one Hesperid butterfly, although presently that is busy in enjoying the perch on Rudbeckia. And in this shrubbery I also find another beautiful golden rod. This golden rod is having the ovate leaves and flowering is aggregated toward the apices. The stems are unbranched below and branched above. So it's a corymbiform branching and flower aggregation. So this particular golden rod is Solidago stricta, rigida, not stricta, Solidago rigida, and popularly named as stiff golden rod. So this is Solidago rigida, not one, two, but plentiful. This whole shrubbery is dominated by Solidago. Rather, there are two species, but most dominating which I find here is Solidago rigida. And there are also Solidago canadensis. And most probably this one is Solidago canadensis, where there are flowering only on the upper side of the stems. And they are also panicles which arise from the axil of upper leaves. Lower leaves are slightly toothed and leaf is ovate lanceolate. And this is the season of golden rods. All around we see the beauty of golden rods. Solidago rigida with broader and ovate leaves. This one Solidago rigida, and this is Solidago canadensis, most probably. There is also yellow flowering Oinothera evening primrose, Oinothera hirsuta, but I see the domination of this bone set, that is Eupatorium. But here I could see even one butterfly. There are rather two butterflies, and butterflies are also on the bone set, that is Eupatorium serotinum. And these pair of butterflies which I just showed you, they are also having beautiful wings, but ecologically speaking they are also pollinating these plants which grow in the prairie ecosystem. And here I find another yellow flower. This is Silphium, and since leaves are much broad and they look like Ligularia leaves, Ligularia fishery we see in Jammu and Kashmir also, or this composite golden yellow, and flowers is born on the leafless flowering stem. So this particular Silphium is species Silphium terebinthinaceum. Here I see some kind of yellowing of the leaves of eastern red bud, Sarsis canadensis, flowering in the early spring, quite enchanting, pink colored blossoms when the tree is leafless, but right now leaves are turning yellow. Ultimately they will be shed by the twig. So here again Solidago, September month is the month of dominating, and there is another bush with the golden yellow flowers. This is Cami Cresta. Cami Cresta. Golden flowers and mimosa like neat leaves. Cami Cresta is also growing in this vegetation around the South Pond, Lincoln Park Zoo, and I see even withering. Amorpha canescens, purplish flowers, but now flowers are withered, stands withered, and they are already at the fruiting stage. I find more golden rods here in this shrubbery, dominated by Solidago canadensis, and this is Jupitorium serotina, and these flowers are attracting many butterflies, and here I see the buckeye. This is buckeye butterfly. On Jupitorium. This one. Now I could get its glimpse. This is buckeye Junonia conia, sitting on the flowers of boneset. But this butterfly is another one. This also has a golden yellow color. So two different kinds of butterflies are sitting and enjoying the food feast. This is more fascinating. Buckeye butterfly on Jupitorium serotina, but equally beautiful is another butterfly native to North America, forgetting its name right now. And here I find the purple flowering composite. This is iron beet, Vernonia novi angli, with purple colored florets. And here also I find honeybees collecting pollen in late summer. This patch is dominated by the goldenrod, and this goldenrod is Solidago canadensis. This is all Bathu, Chenopodium album, which is growing in the wilderness. This is Solidago rigida, with stem clasping, stalkless leaves, and many honeybees on the blossoms of stiff goldenrod, Solidago rigida. This is flowering copper plant, Silphium perfoliatum, because leaves are born in opposite pairs and they are fused. Stem is four-angled, and because of this copper formation at the base of two leaves, it has been named as a copper plant. Its flowers also attract honeybees, bumblebees, hymenopteran insects, including butterflies. This is basically the monarch butterfly's larval host plant, named as Asclepias syriaca, common milkweed. A monarch butterfly, Denys plaxippus, lays eggs on this particular plant and completes the life cycle. So this particular plant is conserved and planted in parks and gardens for the benefit of monarch butterfly, Denys plaxippus, which migrates to Mexico during autumn and comes back during spring season. Here you find false sunflower. This is false sunflower, Heliopsis helianthoides, not to be confused with the Rudbeckia. Here the inner cone is not cone, basically a flat disc-like aggregation of disc florets, and there are ray florets, and number is also near 12. Leaves are borne in opposite pairs, and each leaf is also tri-nerved at the base. Mostly in Rudbeckia, the cone central disc is blackish or brown, but here in Heliopsis, this is greenish yellow. This is not black. So this is also one feature which segregates this plant. But this is not helianthus, rather helianthus-like, sunflower-like plant, so named as Heliopsis. This is again the flowers of copper plant, Silphium perfoliatum. Here I have come across very large bushes of another sunflower, and this sunflower is unique for me. It has very glaucous stems, bluish, rather green, and this is the floral head capitulum with this type of phyllaries. There are many phyllaries, and at bud stage phyllaries or floral bracts are more prominent, and this is indeed classified in the genus Helianthus. This is true Helianthus genus. This is not false sunflower genus. False sunflower genus was Heliopsis, but this is true sunflower, so its genus is Helianthus. But species is quite uncommon. So this particular plant is native to North America, and its species is Maximiliani, named after some prince. Maximilian. So Maximiliani, Helianthus Maximiliani, flowers during September. So there are many stems which are unbranched. They don't branch. Unbranched glaucous stems having willow-like leaves. Leaves are very similar to what we find in Vidyarthi, that is Artemisia magdalena, we are familiar in Kashmir, or even any willow. So it has simple leaves, and even margins have almost entire, but maybe some kind of serration, and unbranched stems at the apex gets some branching which bear the floral capitula, golden yellow color. So this Helianthus maximiliani is unique in this shrubbery. Here is another clump of Helianthus maximiliani. I am showing you this Helianthus maximiliani in the backdrop of this very important nature interpretation center kind of structure, which stands inspired by the turtles or tortoise, Kachua. It's like tortoise, turtle, arching structure, and even we can see the upper surface which has the segmented plastron. So its structure is inspired by the reptilian creature, tortoise turtles, which are also seen in this pond, which is very near. This is basically in the heart of his city, beside Lake Michigan. This is called South Pond, and here one can see the turtles also. And this unique shrubbery in the backdrop of turtle inspired architectural education center, where people come and do their bird watching, and they also study various plants, and they manage the what kind of plants should grow, and if they become invasive, then there is a controlled fire burning as well, so that unwanted weeds gets eliminated from this beautiful prairie vegetation wilderness area. And this particular structure is fascinating, and here I am showing you the flowers of another Euphorbia corolata, which is quite fascinating. This is such a location where the Lincoln Park Zoo management expert staff has put their hard efforts to include all those plants which grow in the native prairie vegetation, and those species stands introduced here, so including this Euphorbia corolata and this copper plant, which is Silphium perfoliatum. This one is also Silphium perfoliatum, but here is the Solidago rigida with broad ovate leaves and stalkless leaves. And this is quite unusual. What we see in Jammu and Kashmir and in other Kashmir Mughal gardens, that Solidago is Solidago canadensis. But we in Patnitap area and Bhadrawa area, Kishtwar wilderness, find another Solidago, that is Solidago varga aria. But this particular goldenrod is unique to prairie vegetation in Northern America, and this is named as Solidago rigida. So they are along the path, both sides of path you find the domination of either Solidago rigida or the copper plant, that is Silphium perfoliatum, because it has very unique cups. Two leaves, they are opposite, and at the base they are fused to form a cup. So this cup Silphium, a kind of compass plant, is unique in the prairie vegetation of North America. And also Solidago rigida, feast for honeybees, bumblebees. And this one is another Silphium with very prominent large arrow-shaped leaves. This is named as prairie dock. Its common name is prairie dock. It also has much branched inflorescence. Flowering stem is branched but leafless. Another is leaves are quite upright. So it has been named as a dock, prairie dock. This is the shrubbery, and this is nothing but Solidago rigida, and here you find the flowers of prairie dock, that is Silphium genus, Silphium terevintenaceum, and this is boneset, which is Jupitorium serotinum, and this is false sunflower, Heliopsis helianthoides, and all these pedicles which are growing with very lower leaves at the base. All leaves are crowded at the base. Leaves are basal, not on the stem. So this unique Silphium is Silphium terevintenaceum, and this whole about to flower, not bloomed yet. This is Maximilian sunflower, Helianthus maximiliani. So these unbranched stems with willow-like leaves, quite diagnostic feature of this Maximiliani sunflower, and I think this is growing in the beside the pond, so it has love for moisture. So it's a kind of amphibious plant, or you can say it grows best in the wet locations, whereas this Solidago rigida is away from the water body. Here I will show you very unique Coreopsis. Leaves are trifoliate like in Crotalaria, and these golden yellow flowers. The genus is Coreopsis and species is Triptera. So this is also growing in this, but it is sporadic. Some locations we find Coreopsis Triptera, and others is the domination of Solidago rigida. And this is boneset Jupitorium serotinum. Here I am showing you the withering leaves of bald cypress Taxodium districum. It also loves to grow near the water. It also has the amphibious character. So there are different paths which go in different directions, and one can study the flora, fauna, and also have the morning walk or evening walk beside this pond, which has many native fish, fauna, as well as the turtles. And here I am showing you the Vernonia novae angli. This is iron wheat. Flowering is almost over. Heliopsis, false sunflower. This is all false sunflower, Heliopsis helianthoides. And here you see, this is the plant which is Asteraceae family plant, and earlier it was called as aster. Now perhaps it is classified under another genus, but earlier it was named as aster. So it has the ray florets as well as disc florets, and unbranched stem has branching near the summit. And here I am showing you the cone flower. This cone flower is Rudbeckia subtomentosa, or sweet cone flower. So here the cone is quite distinct and it is brownish in color. But in case of false sunflower, this is greenish. Here you see this is Rudbeckia. Cone color is darker as compared to cone of the fall sunflower. And this I think should be Symphyotrichum, maybe some kind of ester. And here you see the aggregation of honeybees on the flowers of Solidago rigida. And also you are able to listen the melodies of cicadas. So take action with this. Make room for wildlife. Planting native plants in your own backyard or neighborhood creates more space where wildlife can thrive. This is one message. And native plants, if you preserve or introduce, then habitat becomes healthy. So native plants means healthy habitat. So this is a kind of nature boardwalk which is home to native grasses, trees and shrubs. Native plants are those that grow naturally in a specific region. They are all well adapted for their habitat and provide food and shelter for native animals. So Lincoln Park Zoo's horticulture stop manages a wide variety of native plants at Nature Boardwalk. In this area, this is Rosa rugosa, and this is Helianthus Maximilian's sunflower, and this tall 7-8 feet tall, or rather 2-3 meter tall perennial is kappa plant. And fluorescence, here you see the flowering is over, but here still some blooms are there, floral heads, capitula, and it is kappa plant as two leaves have very distinct cup formation. So this is a dense vegetation dominated by kappa plant, and this is the kappa plant's inflorescence, and this is cup. You must appreciate the cup, which helps in identifying the Silphium perfoliatum. And perfoliatum means as if you examine the cup, look at the cup, it appears as if the stem is growing out of that cup. So it has been named as perfoliatum. This particular kind of leaf position where two leaves coalesce together, fuse together and form a cup, and stem appears as if it is coming out of the cup. So this is perfoliate condition. So species name is Silphium perfoliatum. Here I will show you another oak. This oak is Quercus shumardi. Shumardi was plentiful in the Illinois region, but heavily exploited. It's a kind of red oak. Leaves are pennatisect and lobes are sharp, spinous tipped. Plant, ester-like plant. Some leaves are quite large. So Symphyotrichum, and another genus I am forgetting the name, but this was earlier included in ester. Here I will show you another interesting plant which is called staghorn sumac. Sumac means rose, and its twigs look like staghorn antlers, stag antlers or deer antlers, especially during spring season when it is leafless. At that time it looks like the deer antlers, so it has been named as staghorn sumac. Sumac is the English name of any rose species. So these leaves will turn fascinating orange yellow as at autumn takes place. Autumn approaches. Still autumn is far away, but many leaves are starting changing the color as the chlorophyll formation will stop at the arrival of autumn season, and there will be a layer for abscission that will cut off all supply of food and water to the leaves, ultimately the leaves will have no chlorophyll, and carotenoids and anthocyanins, they will be more dominating. They will be unmasked, and their color will add beauty to the leaves of fall season. So this shrubbery is quite interesting. Ambrosia is unique plant which looks like Artemisia. This one is giant ambrosia.